You are the custard in my tar. Welcome back, baby dolls. We are going to keep continuing to mog all the non-believers, even though it has been a very, very tough cycle so far. I've got some good news, though, right? If you check Twitter right now, friends, right now, Twitteroonies, there is a trending of sell in May. So I've got a lot of content coming out here because we're going to be talking about sell in May, go away, the mantra, the trope. Everyone's speaking about it. They're going to be speaking about it in May. Sell in May, go away. Sell in May, go away. Why? Because traditionally in the past 120 years, selling in May and walking away from the stock market has been the right move. But I'm going to gauge from altcoins, which have just had 5 or 6 red months down already, opposite of up, that we've already rinsed out the weak hands. Okay, so obviously it could be wrong. It could keep getting worse. But yeah, I'm in shock, friends. It really does look like my prophecy of buy in May and go away will actually play out successfully. So we are here to fade the crowd. The crowd, friends, feels very cringe. If there are red candles and coins are cheap, they're like, ugh, I don't want to watch that guy. That makes me feel yucky. Yeah, because you're a little bitch. You don't know what it's like to walk forward through a sea of uncertainty and ignore that person's Twitter and screw that guy on YouTube. You don't care what the president says or anybody else says, okay? You're literally staying long and strong. You're holding for the whole cycle. You're holding for the thesis, okay? Other people, they need their hands to be held, okay? Because they're like, oh no, please tell me this thing's going to be bad or good. I need to make up my decision based off you. Yeah, those people need that. They are weak hands. They are sheep. They're pencil neck noodle arms. They skip leg day. They're lining up at the butcher's house. They want to get 18 injections. They want to chop off their own genitals and mutilate themselves. Okay, we don't care about that. That is the #1 way to get yourself wrecked in markets. Okay, markets are about buying low, selling high. Okay, now the prices are cheap. They go, ew, but yeah, I don't like that narrative. Yeah, bro, it's got nothing to do with the narrative. Selling may go away, huh? I don't think so, friends. That's why their opinions mean nothing. That's why a lot of people will, friends, I literally... You've seen me, dude. I will continue to make content. I don't care. As prices get cheaper, I get louder. You will not find anyone else like this. You won't. I'm the highest value content in crypto. It is literally for free. It is the highest value content in crypto. It's not kind of the highest or maybe second or third. No offense. They're literally not in the same solar system, intergalactic, cosmic sequence, whatever the hell it is. They're not anywhere near us, friends. They're literally, you know what most people are like. When the candles are green, they get super loud. When the candles are red, they run away. They go, ew, I don't want to talk about that. Okay, it's natural human instinct. We're not about that. I want to give you some bullish news, though. Today, Richard Hart, he made this tweet, right? What came first, the chicken or the egg? I say the egg. Whichever chicken was the first, it popped out of an egg first. What say you? Okay, he said that today. Thank you to, there's a baby doll friend out here who sent me this. I'm here, friends, giving the highest value content in crypto. Isn't this interesting? Did you know Witchhead said the exact same tweet, pretty much, the chicken and egg problem, in the month of March 2020? Hex did a 1,800x after that pump. Isn't it interesting? And there was a big hidden buyer that was buying. Probably him on the way up. Interesting. So you made that tweet. What came first, the chicken or the egg? The egg. Genetic variation occurs primarily during sexual reproduction. Thus, the first chicken was an egg before it became a chicken. What was the context? Don't know. No idea, but interesting. Is it his marker? I don't know. When he was talking about the chicken or the egg, the translation, I guess, was referring to the PulseChain and PulseX sacrifice. This is in this cycle, okay? Because you're thinking about, okay, there's a PulseChain and PulseX sacrifice. What came first, huh? He made it a charity first, and it nominated that wallet, I guess, as its treasury. So when you are donating or sacrificing for PulseChain and PulseX, you're putting it into a charity, which is a non-taxable event in the country it was erected in. Which country is it? I don't know. You're going to have to ask him. He doesn't use Twitter, right? So, interesting. Yes, this is 1,800x pump. I wonder if it's going to mean something else for us right now. Obviously, I'd love to draw a squiggly line of 1,000x up here, but we're just so jaded and because of market caps and everything up here. It would be nice just to see what does like a 50x pump from here bring us up to. Brings us to 15x sack price. That would be nice. That would be around the 100 billion valuation, I think, for the whole ecosystem. Okay, hopefully we do anywhere from 50 to 100x. And by hopefully, I really do mean hopefully, because I don't know what the hell is going on. Most people don't. And yeah, we've just been experiencing down-only trash from Ethereum. Also, friends, interesting news. So Celsius Mashinsky, do you remember Celsius, friends? Celsius, Alex Mashinsky. He went on stream called Richard Hart a scammer, but now he's going to jail. Apparently, like, they're going to try to put him away. They want to go for like 20 years because he ran Celsius. And they're saying he had no remorse and stuff out here. But yeah, friends, it's easy for people to come out and just like saying, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, go to jail. But here's the post here from Sasha. Here's my reply. He was just one cycle too early. And that's the Trump coin. So, yeah, behind every joke, there's some truth, isn't it? Yeah, it was just one cycle too early, man. You know it. We all know it. It is what it is, okay? Friends, you can't... Yeah. It's a president, though. You know, maybe the president says, hey, man, you want to do this? You become president, right? Different rules for me. But also, friends, you speak about stuff like this. Of course, it's true. Yeah. The problem was they marketed as like guaranteed yield stuff, and then they'll guaranteed yield even on US dollars, and the American government's like, no, I can't do that. And yeah, we had the big collapses and stuff out here. A lot of people out here. Richard Hart was right. What about his wife? Richard Hart sends his regards. All these posts out here. Yeah, so it made me check. I was like, well, is HEX outperforming Celsius? We still aren't, sadly enough. Celsius is down 98.6%. HEX is down 99%. Now, they're roughly the same, but like, why are we even in the same sentence? Like, we're just, you know what I mean? It's like, we shouldn't even be anywhere near the same paragraph, bro. Like, oh, 98 versus 99. Like, it's just, one's a collapsed Ponzi, man. You know what collapsed Ponzi is? That's why, friends, I hope that it's actually been Richard selling. I really do. That he's been taking liquidity out of the pool, waiting for the right time to just thrash it all back in. Maybe he's selling. Maybe that could be a strategy, right? So I've never had any word of this. I have no proof. I don't give a shit, okay? It's my guess. My guess is his rationale is if he sells, then the people who do want to sell, they sell at much lower prices, and he's front running them, right? During these times, they get rid of exponentially more coins. Now, once again, I don't have any proof. I don't know. I'm just looking at this, and I'm like, man, why is HEX down 99% still? Bro, it's like, you know, are we that shit? But there's a community there. Okay, but Celsius literally has no community. Literally nobody is like rooting for Celsius a positive outcome. Not a single person. So that's how I rationalize it in my head. Yeah, it could be cope. Because there's like pretty much most of crypto just say, hey, HEX is a Ponzi scam too. Most people want Richard Hart in jail because they're looking at it. Well, if you're going off the price, well, we're just as bad. Well, obviously, you know, in crypto, yeah, crypto dips. Yeah, but also, you know, bro, 99% down ain't a dip. So it does make you think, though, about the next bear market. Also, that's why the sweetest, I guess, narrative of all would be a decentralized native stablecoin. Because it's a stablecoin. Yeah, the whole goal is to hold it. Yeah. And if you hold it, you actually defend the peg. So I don't know if PDAI's got anything to do with it. It might have nothing to do with it. No crying in the casino. But it does make you think, because here's the thing. I'll tell you one thing, right? At least PDAI holders want to hold in the bear market. None of the core coin people want to. I'm a core coin person, but you know what I mean. People who are like strict Richard Hart people, none of you guys want to. In fact, I know you guys, you talk a lot on Twitter. You guys have made it very blatantly obvious. You are clicking sell, you are dumping, you're walking away from Richard Hart. Literally every single one of you. This is actually such a good marketing talking point. It's actually true. PDAI is the only community that actually wants to hold in the bear market. That's why, friends, like, here's the thing. Okay, it doesn't matter what plays out. If you were Mastermind Richard, how would you play this out? I still have to work this out in my head. Okay, my peanut brain's going to take like 14 hours just to think of the next step, but I don't know. Yeah. Are you going to rotate coins so like all those core coin people can dump and leave? I know you friends, like, do you listen to yourselves on Twitter? Okay. A lot of you muted me and blocked me. I see some of the junkies, right? You want to click sell and leave, you're done, etc. You can't wait to go out. I don't say that. You say that, okay? You're meant to be Richard Hart warlord believers. The mouths are very, very open, okay, for the wrong reasons. Non-family friendly reasons on that. But yeah, I understand, friends. When you have multiple red monthly candles, people say a lot of stuff. Okay, it's very interesting, isn't it? And so, friends, you know, me putting everything together. Let's crank it up a bit. It's undeniable. It is all undeniable. The chess pieces moving. Isn't it crazy? It's true though. It's true. Friends, I see it, like I mentioned to you, dude. I see it all over Twitter. I see it on the YouTubes. They all want to click sell and leave. Like, I'm not saying it's going to work out. I've got no idea. I'm just telling you, it is undeniable fact. pDAI community want to hold in the bear market. The prophecies, like the whole point of it is that it's a stable coin. You want to hold a stable coin in a bear market. It's like the first inverse, let's prepare for the bear market story. We've never had that in crypto. In crypto, all we have is, let's prepare for the bull market so I can dump and leave on everyone and walk away because I'm smarter than everybody else. That's pretty much it, everyone out here. So it's interesting how this thing is flipped on the head. But yeah, I would love Celsius and HEX not to be in the same sentence with their minus 99% downs. Hopefully we get to see more glory. Remember, friends, PulseChain community is still active and alive. So that's the difference. So if you look at these two coins, why is one cheap and why is one expensive? Well, Celsius could always have a meme run as well. But PulseChain community still here. 250,000 holders, 10,000 plus daily active users. I haven't checked it recently. Maybe it's gone down, whatever. It's doing decent volume and still gate kept, okay? The HEX liquidity is also very, very, very thin. It's easy to snap it up and everyone just talks about that all the time. But yeah, we need Ethereum to pump, don't we? Now, friends, all over PulseChain are many, many cheap coins, okay? Recently, I made this post here. Just giving you one example, right? You got Tangang coins. Now, I'm not specifically just saying, oh, you don't have to buy anything. I don't give a crap, okay? Just telling you, there's cheap coins everywhere. Everything's bonded to Pulse. Pulse itself is cheap. Pulse is spiritually bonded to Ethereum. Ethereum's cheap as well. The business cycle's low. Like, everything's cheap. Everything's cheap is the same deal, all right? But I'm just showing you, like, a lot of these charts are starting to curl up as well. What I'll do is, it's not Tangang coin, but I'll show you, like, PIKA as well, friends. As well. This is just the PIKA and the PokeCenter. Everything is like deep discount zone, 94, 95%. And here you have out here the log charter cope as well. You get to see this. What are you down? 90% against Pulse. Yeah, man, these are like pretty much, I think they're all cheap. I still think they're all very, very, very cheap. I mean, Pulse is like 70% below SAC price, okay? Giving you more examples as well. This is Tangang HOA. It's done a very nice pattern. This is a HOA USD chart. So it's done this down, went down like 90% plus. Out here, even more, right? 86% down was here. So it went like down 94, 95% as well. Just showing you that. So it's still on a discount like many other things on PulseChain. Like everything's cheap and they're all cheap. Ticker PulseChain, PulseChain. They're all cheap. Everything's cheap. Cheap. Just make sure it's not abandoned. Make sure there's a community. I'll show you some basic stuff we do out here. Tangang community are still active. Lots of them still have me blocked on Twitter. So blocked and muted and stuff out here. I literally don't care about, like, hey, this person doesn't like me, bro. I don't. Who the hell are you? You don't put food on my table. You don't wipe my ass. You don't hug me good night. You don't tell me bedtime stories. Who are you? Just like a random figment character, NPC that appears from a simulation to me. You weren't here yesterday, and you're probably not going to be here tomorrow. Okay, I'm providing the highest value content in crypto, so that's how I just see everyone's like a player in a movie. And friends, I've esoteric friendship with market cycles and stuff out here. You know, like a spoiler alert, the market's pump and dump without you. Okay, with and without you, right? So HOA, friends, the pulse ratio is here. The HOA pulse ratio is starting to curl up. It's still red on the weekly super channel. It's starting to curl up. This is a weekly chart as well. Right now it's at a value of around 320. It peaked at like 1,200. So I think, and I hope it gets to like 3,000. Okay, you gotta remember that's a 10x on Pulse. So if Pulse does a 10x and this does 10 times Pulse, that's 10 times 10 to 100. Could be looking at 100x. That's why, literally everything's like that, friends. PIKA, Ditto, Snorlax, Meowth, Charm, the Gengar, all the PokeCenter coins, the Tangang coins, Dick with Butt, Orange Man Good, all of these, friends. There's a basic community. Just check them out. Everything's still there. Of course, friends, like there's so many to read, but we're all part of the same thing. Remember, friends, you also have like UpX. I'm just trying to name things off the top of my head. You have UpX, leverage on Pulse as well. Community's cranking on there. And pretty much, they all just drive from like the Pulse PLS price and the sentiment out here. Of course, you know about, it's the same ratio. See the pDAI at the Pulse ratio as well. If this thing goes up to like 380 again, you're getting like a 15x on whatever Pulse does. So if Pulse does, you know, 10x and that gets up there, that's 10 times 15, that's 150x. So Yeah, it all depends on, I guess, how much Pulse goes. So Tangang ecosystem, friends. I have many other coins out here. There's Dick with Bart, Princess Peach, NANANA. Yeah, they're all like horrifically. Everything's like squeezed all the way down, but that's because Pulse speeds down. Liquidity's super thin. Doesn't take much to bring them all back. But yeah, people don't want to step in. They want to see like, hey, Ethereum, can you like not be 1,800? Can you like go up to like 3,000 again? So that Pulse can be above sack price, and then people get more confidence. That's what people want, okay? But at least you're on the radar, right? I've been talking about these a lot. It's just that everything's been down. No one's really paying attention. It's all the same stuff, okay? It's all the same stuff. There's 100 coins to cover. It's all the same thing. So I mentioned it here, right? So remember, friends, with Tangang as well, you have Deva. Deva, friends, he made 9x, which is a great PulseChain aggregator, 9x.9mm.pro. It's really, really good. Okay, it's aggregator, which means like when you do a swap, grabs all the best prices out there. Doesn't add any extra fees or anything. I think if you use a Go Pulse, it's like 3% buy, 3% sell. You literally get caned. Oh my gosh, can't believe. I don't know how they made $4 million from that. I guess it's because Richard Hart shielded on the PulseChain.com. Maybe some spooky stuff going on there with that Go Pulse thing out here, friends. You just can do what you want. As well, they have 9mm exchange. As well, that here 9mm token is also of that. There's 9mm, there's 9-inch. Remember, it's they all have the just like trying to add more features to be faster than like the Pulse X updates and stuff out here. Remember, backstory: Tangang are controversial and spicy rebellion ecosystem within PulseChain, and they're seen on Twitter with their orange emojis. Note: Tangang are also doing cross-chain expansion into Sonic and Coinbase. Remember, in crypto, you don't have to agree with people holding a coin. Your job is just to identify growing network effects. PulseChain is a hidden gem ecosystem. So here we have Tangang out here. Yeah, friends, it's funny, like, friends, I, like, what the stuff you guys cop from Tangang, I cop it like 15 times worse. You just don't see it. I probably in private DMs, violence, hatred, yada, yada. It's just, friends, just people yelling on the internet, okay? But I can just separate myself from that. I don't give it any weight, like, literally at all, because I know highest value content in crypto. You don't just get here. I didn't get to my position without seeing some stuff. Okay, it's just people just yelling blah 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 blah. It's just yelling, friends. You're looking at a network effect. Here we go. Orange is cool. Tangs are cool. Orange juice is in, and they're hanging around, right? I mean, things went 95% down, and Richard Hart pretty much does soft rug abandon, gets put on Interpol, gets put on SEC. Guess what? They're still there. There you go. Network effect still there. You don't have to agree with everyone's single person's opinion. When I say that, I'm not even saying that negatively. I'm just saying like. You look at network effects, bro. Like for example, you don't have to agree with everything Richard Hart says or believes in or whatever, right? Like, for example, Richard Hart doesn't believe in April Fool's Day. Some people do like April Fool's Day. Okay, does that mean, okay, you're just going to leave PulseChain? Network effects. Warning, crypto is risky. Do your own research. None of us expected Donald Pump's first 100 days to give a nuclear holocaust explosion in crypto. I will cover heaps of other coins as well. It just takes time. So you just see the Tangang got a lot of nice art. They just smashed stuff out here. This is Richard Hart, his Louis Vuitton thing out. I did not know the context here. This is just funny. Did not know the context whatsoever. Tangang stuff out here. So, yeah, I'm just covering that. It's kind of funny. Whenever I do these, there's always like people would say, oh, you must be getting paid for that, huh? Secret getting paid. Man, just people don't learn. I get it. Look, I teach you when you see anyone, assume they got paid. Assume. Then go make your own decision. Yeah? Go make your own decision about that. Okay? By the way, you know BlackRock is getting paid to shield Bitcoin? Yeah, they're taking a spread off every person who buys their ETF. Okay? Do you think buying Bitcoin's a bad idea for the next 5 to 10 years? Okay? If you say no, well, there you go. Hey, but BlackRock's getting paid to do it. Right? Oh, they're getting paid for something. Everyone's getting paid for something, friends. Okay? Just assume that. Okay, I don't get paid for shit. Okay, assume I do. I tell you, assume I get paid. So then what you can do is spend highest value content in crypto. That's why I'm catching my Pokeball every day. I can tell you, so go, hey, remove the financial incentive and then look at the fundamentals. Look at the network effect. Is the price cheap? Is the ratio uptrending? It doesn't have to be uptrending. You want to get it on discount anyway. What's it bonded to? What's it spiritually bonded to? Are there memes? Can you go look it up on Twitter? This basic stuff out here. Are there people who believe in it? Okay, you have some resemblance of a network effect. And by the way, PLS, the speed that it's bonded to on the ecosystem is super, super, super cheap. Okay, so you have tick, 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 tick. It's worth a lottery ticket to me. You get the point, okay? Whether or not I'm getting paid for something doesn't mean anything. It literally means freaking nothing, okay? Literally means nothing. You just remove it, okay? Now, you got to do this for everything else. Yeah, that's why the game is hard. There's stuff, friends, that people get paid and the things end up being good. Okay, and then there's a lot of stuff where no one gets paid and the things just don't end up working. That's why you stick to 90% call, 10% lottery. Shout out to my friend DurkeyTurkey as well. Dick with butt, also very, very, very cheap. They're all born that here. See, friends, the Dang Gang, you also have the orange here. Think orange. That's awesome, by the way. You get it. So there's heaps of other ecosystem friends. Remember, there's ATROPA as well, but the thing with ATROPA is, ATROPA's all right, but just the thing is, if you're looking at ATROPA, I already covered ATROPA, right? ATROPA has had, this is my opinion, friends, and my opinion's worth shit. It had an artificial God hand catty smash ATROPA versus pDAI ratio up high. Okay, before it was trading here around 5 to 7. Okay, they smashed it up, hit 100, now it's at 35. Okay, so the spread used to be here, they smashed it up here. Okay, so they could smash it up again, by the way. 99 Capital saying maybe they got 5 or 10 billion pDAI. They could smash it up again by dumping the pDAI and doing it. They could do that, okay? But the liquidity in pDAI is thin. So this is just me. I'm looking at this, and it's the same thing with Teddy Bear and all these other stuff, okay? That's everything in trade. But just like, man, all your ratios are super high against pDAI. Okay? So like, pDAI is really, really, really cheap. Now, these could catch up by ATROPA just dumps back down, or in the next 3 to 6 months, pDAI rallies, and these can't catch up as much because pDAI is super cheap and super thin. Okay? Remember, friends, as well, there's the amazing pWBTC, the people's Bitcoin as well, which is wonderful. It's wonderful to hold, and the premium prices. This is pWBTC. Let's look at the pWBTC-pDAI ratio. You see that's trading at 368,000. That's what these things to do, right? So you put on like maybe a weekly chart. See, it just takes a while to settle out. Look what it did up here. See, it just takes a while. Come settle out, and kaplonk, came back down to 35,000. That's why I do wonder. Okay, I do wonder if this comes back down somewhere down many months from now. Everyone thinks this thing is bottomed, and it goes kaplonk, and it trades at like 50,000 or something. Okay, what would that mean? Right now, this means people's Bitcoin is expensive, pDAI is cheap. Okay, relative to each other. Down here means pDAI is cheap. The people's Bitcoin is cheap here. All right, because you're looking at reference of pWBTC. Okay, so this means this is people's Bitcoin. Expensive, cheap. You see what I mean? Go, whoop, it's up here. Whoa, 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 what's going to happen? Maybe it comes back down. But you see, it's a spread, right? You don't know how it comes back. People's Bitcoin could just dump 80% right now. Okay, unlikely to, but it could do that. Or, right, to do this pattern, what does it mean, friends? If you look at this pattern, well, you can actually do, what is this, let's see this percentage here. Let's do a nice 80% rate. It means whatever pDAI does, it's going to be 5 times stronger than people's Bitcoin. But look at the time frame. This is to Rectember. So it could be like 6 months. So like it could be pDAI goes 50x, pWBTC goes 10. It could be that. So I'll just show you what it would look like, right? So remember that, 50 and 10. Okay, so that would mean pWBTC does a 10x from here and goes to 3,000 bucks. Okay, and then if we go to pDAI, which is the people's pDAI up here, what would a 50x do? It would take it up to, there you go, around 3.7 cents. So if pDAI got to, obviously this is a long time, we were by like, August, if it got to like 3.9 cents and then pWBTC is 3,000 bucks. So they're both up on the USD price, but that ratio would be down here. It would be 80% lower than today, which is, there you go, be trading at 68,000. Okay. So then you'd be like, oh, wow, that might be cheap. But usually how these things go, friends, because pDAI went super, super, super cheap up here, usually when they come back down, there's like, it runs the other way, okay? Just like it comes up here and then it comes back down. So, but that's why, like, what I will do is, not financial advice, no cry in the casino. You can scale it, like maybe you do like 10% at a time. Yeah, just 10% at a time. You don't have to like hurt yourself. Okay, with these, but like it's nice because you don't have USD coming in. You can at least do these, but you don't have to stress yourself out. Okay, but there's just like these are once in a year stuff, literally once or twice a year. These are macro big things out here. So looking forward to the future. PulseChain core coins have been poopy. Of course, poopy. Why? Ethereum's down. The business ISM reading coming out in the next 1 or 2 days is going to be like 48-ish. That's what they're expecting. So once again, that like marks month 30-ish, 29, 30 months of us being down. Where do we go from here? Let's hope that the skies are going to be much bluer in the future. Hope the month of Marwai is better than the last 5 months. Aldi's nuts, huh? Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.